When the narcissist crosses a line, this is why they need the return of the empath. Many of you chosen ones and empaths miss the deeper reality. When people treat you badly, ignore you, or make fun of you, you start to feel worthless. And while you watch the narcissist move on with fresh supplies, you may find yourself brooding, pining for the good old days, and thinking back on the love bombing with nostalgia. Although many of you have watched these films, there are still some of you who have trouble properly grasping the material. It doesn't seem to be sinking in, does it? But here's the thing. The narcissist secretly wants you, the empath. They realize how far you can be pushed. They understand they've made a huge mistake. They secretly want you there even if they won't confess it. Let's be honest. No one relishes the opportunity to be rejected. In fact, they typically worry about it. They would rather keep you hanging, waiting for them to return, than confront you head-on, openly, and honestly about their genuine feelings. We are aware of the fact that they cover their feelings and put on masks. If you see them with a new partner and they seem happy and comfortable, you must remember that this is all an act. They have spent years, if not decades, perfecting their performance. Then why do you suppose things are different now? You played a pivotal role in their story and were an essential cog in their wheel of life. You helped them out, and they learned a lot from you. Don't take a snapshot of them smiling with their new supply, who could be inferior, at face value. Just because they are smiling doesn't mean they are happy and content. They appear happy on the surface, but my buddy, they are anything but. They're dusty weirdos who are stuck in their own unhappiness. They're wretched creatures. They neglected to express gratitude for the great gift it is to have you in their lives. Help me out by clicking the like and subscribe buttons, showing some brotherly love, or just giving me 2 seconds of your time. I apologize if I've already brought this up, but I want to make sure you're aware. Let's face facts. This is a serious problem. They never seemed happier than when they were in your company. They'd failed to realize and value the incredible gift you represented to them. Are you serious? Nothing could have prepared those dusty weirdos, those strange little beings, for the treasure that stood before them. So please realize, my friend, that it's not all sunshine and rainbows simply because they appear to be off, having sexual interactions with someone new or starting a new supply. There is no magic or wonder in their world. It is not a fairy tale. They put on these masks to make others believe that everything is well when in reality it isn't. This whole thing is an act of insanity, my reader. They are nothing more than a strange bunch who live in their own warped worlds. Please let me know if you understand the gist of what I'm saying. What I hope to impart and demonstrate is how to look under the surface and uncover the truth. A number of the comments I've seen have said something to the effect of, "They look happy now. They seem better off without me." I realize that this is not the case for everyone. However, let me tell you something. They are making an effort to improve their presentation since they are aware that you are paying attention. The narcissist knows they cause you a great deal of anguish and confusion. They know you're checking out their social media accounts. That's why I keep hammering home the message that you need to reach a point where you can resist the need to keep looking. But please understand that I will not cease urging you not to peek. Why? Since we could all use a little encouragement now and then. They're putting on this show for your convenience. For a year, 2, 3, or more years, you were an integral part of their life. You had a significant role in their journey. Dare I be honest with you? Do you seriously think they can meet someone fresh and forget all about you? Do you really believe that they don't have to deal with daily reminders of you? Let me address this as well. If you were a scumbag and actually mistreated them, I would tell you that. But that isn't what's happening. You helped them out, and they appreciated it. We're all flawed, but it's clear you gave it your all. However, they have attempted to alter the story in order to convince you that you were at fault and mistreated them. But trust me when I say that's simply another facade they use to trick you. They persist in lying despite the obviousness of the truth and the exposure of their actual nature. My pal, they are compulsive liars. Don't believe anything you see on their social media accounts, especially if they claim to be completely over the moon with their new significant other while relaxing on a beach. They're not having a good time at the shore. They are miserable on the inside, wallowing as they go through their phones, comparing their lives to others and wishing for more. Can you finally accept the truth? They are chronic liars. In fact, you could call them pathological. Don't believe a single word they say. Understand that the narcissist wants you back. Feel their pain and return home. However, they are fully cognizant of the fact that they have gone too far. Your current emotional state is important to them, therefore they keep you bewildered on purpose. Know that they won't readily confess fault or provide an apology. Some narcissists could care, but most will just move on and try to make you envious. Let me tell you about something that happened to me. When I stopped checking the narcissist's social media, they started making their postings private. They had me blocked at first, but then they unblocked me in the hopes that I would reach out to them. They taunted me by posting pictures of their new stock on social media. However, when I looked, there was no evidence of a replenishment. The privacy settings have concealed everything. In that instant, I made up my mind that I would never put myself through something like that again. The narcissists really want you back, but they're terrified of the new and improved you. They're terrified of the person you've become as a result of what they did to you. They're petrified of the repercussions of their acts, the suffering they've caused you. They'd fear the new and improved you because of the events that followed. They're scared to death to face you in person. You, without a doubt, live within their heads. For a long time, you are the steady foundation they could rely on. It's reasonable to assume that your mind will still return to the narcissist, even if you started dating someone fresh after experiencing their abuse. Even as you forge a new bond, thoughts of them may plague you. So, why should you expect any different behavior from the narcissist? Your influence is felt and pondered by them as well. After waiting patiently for 4 years, I finally had a Hoover attempt. This is how much of an impact you, as an empath and a special one, have on their lives. You make an impression that cannot be erased. You change their lives forever. They eventually begin to question their own abilities. In fact, I just posted a video on how they blame their flying monkeys for the split between you and them. I beg you to listen to what I have to say and give it some thought. Despite their outward cheer, they are actually quite unhappy. Their entire existence is a charade, a performance lit only by artificial sources. If you go further, below their superficial mask, you will see dusty animals, strange and pathetic beings. That's right, they're just a bunch of dusty weirdos. Let's think back to when we first met the narcissist. Did we back then have any idea of what they were really like? Not at all, in fact. We'd found them to be exceptionally attractive and likable, as well as pleasant, kind, sympathetic, and empathetic. But the reality was very different because they were hiding behind their disguise. And they're carrying that pretense over to their new stockpile as well. But there's more to their show than meets the eye. They're aiming it right back at you. Attention all empaths. You are constantly on their minds and in their thoughts. The narcissist wants you back, but they know they've overstepped their bounds and pushed you too far. They are afraid of having an honest conversation with you about the issues at hand. Why? For the simple reason that they're terrified of being rejected and left alone. I get how serious things are for you right now. Actually, so have I. When I tried to end things with a narcissist many years ago, they became violent and even suicidal. They have no more influence than this. They need you even more than you need them. Please don't assume that they've forgotten about you because they've restocked. And I implore you, some of you might think they won't contact you, like I did. But I'll tell you what, after 4 years, I had a Hoover. After I got better and shut the door in their faces, they finally left me alone. They always seem to pop up again when you least expect it. But I want to warn you that keeping tabs on their social media activity, especially on sites like Snapchat, where the user can see who has visited their profile, can make things worse. You're validating their story by reassuring them that you're still seeking for them. It's important to give them space and refrain from interacting with them on social media. Please believe me, my friend. Don't doubt me. The narcissist, who is also an empath, wants you back. But they've crossed a line and can't go back. They know you will hold them accountable, and they're terrified of you because of it. They fear you, your honesty, and the strength of your genuine love. They're scared of what your sincerity stands for to them. So the next time you have a notion along the lines of how the narcissist must be living a wonderful, peaceful existence, keep in mind that this is all an act. The truth is hidden from view unless one is willing to look past the surface. They are sad beings that constantly want more, and the fact that they can't have you must be excruciating for them. Before I go any further, I'd appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up and subscribed. Your encouragement is invaluable to me. Everyone who watches the videos, loves them, or subscribes is greatly appreciated. Having you here is important. I also host a channel dedicated to discussing religion and philosophy, should you be so inclined. The URL is in the section labeled Description. You may also find the link to the channel's donation page there. Finally, if you're interested in a customized session, you can find more information there. Keep an eye out for our next instructional video, coming shortly. Peace.